Oh, good. Now we get to play as the cop. Um,
I've given up giving it up. Fraser's old computer? The chief loves me. My badge.
yeah, let's take that.
I urgently ought to sort my mail out.
Yeah, you really oughta.
Jack, you knucklehead. Pay your maintenance, Susan. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Jack, you knucklehead. Pay your maintenance, Susan. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Fraser's old computer? Oh, the chief loves me.
But yeah, this is my favorite detail in the entire game, the fact that the browser is called Ice Bear. That is so amazing. I love it.
Okay, then I'll give the ladies and gentlemen a call.
Sam Thompson to Jack Stern. Instant file. The information available to us in the Anston case is in the attachment. Our London contact is Jordan Bellico. His phone is 44187161287. So this is Interpol. Jack Stern. Boss. Sam Thompson. Can I open this file? Oh, yes, I can. Nice. Post-mortem report. Royal Pathological Institute, Baker Street. Minister Henston. Autopsy report. From nowadays Ice Cat. There was an Ice Weasel variant of Firefox once. Nice. I haven't entirely figured out what the Thunderbolt email service is implying, but I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. Royal Pathological Institute, Baker Street. Pathological Institute, Baker Street. On the morning of 28th June 2009, James Henston, Minister of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, was found unconscious in his official offices. That is so redundant. In his official offices. It's an office. The word official is almost entirely in there. Like, stop it. At 8 p.m. According to Security Chief Jordan Bellico, the minister was collapsed at his desk. Since the foreign minister failed to respond to his repeated emphatic inquiries, Bellico immediately summoned the emergency services. The minister was delivered by ambulance at 9:58 to St. Thomas Hospital in Westminster, London, where he was admitted into the intensive care unit. In spite of intensive ongoing resuscitation measures being undertaken, Mr. Henston died at 3:27 on the 29th of June without having recovered consciousness. Huh? Okay, I'm a bit confused about this timeline. So, he was found unconscious on June 28th at 8 p.m. So I'm guessing that the delivery by ambulance was 9:58 p.m. and they just forgot the p.m. And then the 3:27 is 3:27 a.m. on the 29th of June, because otherwise this timeline makes no sense. But this also makes me wonder. It says immediately summoned the emergency services at 8 o'clock, but the ambulance only arrived at the hospital at 9:58. What was this ambulance doing for 2 hours, is what I want to know. Like, I mean, I've been to London. It doesn't take 2 hours. The traffic in London can be crap, yeah, but it still wouldn't take 2 hours for an ambulance to get you into ambulating about. Yeah, it doesn't take 2 hours for an ambulance in London to get you into a hospital. Like, I'm sorry. Okay. Found 28th, 8 p.m. by Jordan Bellico. Jordan Bellico. At St. Thomas Hospital at 9:58, died 3:27 June 29th. Okay. See also the post-mortem examination. Male cadaver, mid-50s, Northern European, slightly overweight, no further distinguishing features. The body shows no outward signs of violent physical attack. Collapsed capillaries and facial area have however led to bleeding in mouth as well as in nasal and hearing passages. A laceration wound to the right side of the forehead, evidently caused by fall onto the desk in the minister's official offices. This can be classified as being physically harmless. A detailed toxicological analysis of the contents of the stomach and intestines yielded no relevant result. Also, the esophagus displayed neither material anomalies nor residue of toxic substances. Oral poisoning must also be regarded as improbable given the current state of knowledge. An opening in the abdominal wall, however, revealed heavy organ damage and internal bleeding, especially in the stomach-intestinal tract. Liver and kidneys all showed signs of an acute shock reaction. The blood hemoglobin value ranged markedly below the critical limit for anemia. Whether this phenomenon is the result of or the cause of the organ failures is at present the subject of further forensic analysis. An unspecific anomaly was established in the bone marrow. A further investigation of the tissue has been ordered. Detailed results are expected presently. A radiological scan of the body showed no sign of radioactive radiation. The bacteriological findings are unremarkable. So that does sound like he was poisoned, just not orally. Results. From an expert's perspective, what is particularly surprising is the total absence of a trigger substance. Signs of an infectious illness likewise could not be established. The possibility of an acute tropical illness was therefore considered. However, in view of the facts of the case, this was dropped as being improbable. Individual symptoms point towards an acute radiation sickness. However, this hypothesis fails to tally with the radiological findings. An undoubted analysis of the circumstances of death is not possible on the basis of the current state of knowledge. A cause of death from natural causes is, however, excluded. For, on behalf of the Forensic Commission, Joseph Bell, Chief Coroner. Okay, Chief Coroner Joseph Bell. So we've got organ damage similar to radiation poisoning, but no radiation source and no radiation values. So no radiation present in the body. And no signs of oral poisoning. Okay. Registration number search. Why can I never access the recycle bin? Also, what is this habeas corpus line? Like, that is the most random thing to write on the banner of what is supposedly some Interpol thing. Okay. Oh well. Jesus, buddy.
I've been hoping for years that this place would burn down.
Your office is a mess. You should really clean that up.
I said that they ought to put cacti in the offices.
I feel sorry for that plant.
I've been hoping for years that this place would burn down.
Oh, wait.
My work phone.
MI5, Special Agent Jordan Bellico.
Jack Stern, International Police, Washington. Hi, Jordan. So, how's the weather over there?
It's raining. Do you know how late it is here, Mr. Stern?
Yeah, of course. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
I assume you're calling about the Henston case. Your boss gave me advance warning.
Exactly. I know. It's a real whodunit. We'd like to get an idea of this thing at first hand.
Our whole department has been working non-stop for the past 48 hours. I'm on my way home. I've just come from the pathologist.
Okay, I'll keep it short. I plan to fly out today. I'd be there tomorrow morning. Does that suit you?
Not particularly, but it can be organized.
And can you arrange a set of wheels for me?
What do you have in mind?
A van would be good. One of those surveillance vans.
That's doable. Any particular features or fittings?
If you had a sleeping bag?
Sure.
And perhaps a steering wheel on the right side?
The steering wheel is on the right side.
British sense of humor, huh? Very good. So I'm flying to London Central, and then I'll come out to you.
No one will be able to pick you up. We'll park your van in the airport car park and leave the key for you at the check-in. I'll send you an email with the password soon. You have my mobile number, just in case.
Wonderful.
Then good night. See you tomorrow.
All right. That was fast.
Okay.
Password for check-in. Five 3A 2LW5. Well, it doesn't have lowercase and it doesn't have special characters, but at least it's not password 123. So I'm gonna say this is already a step up from usual password security. Let's call it a day. This is good. This is okay. And let's save. We just went a long way without saving. Mountains of files. Oh my god. Yeah. Jack, you really gotta clean up your office.
I've been hoping for years that this place would burn down.
Can't interact with the missing persons board, can I? There's empty beer cans as well? What the fuck are you doing, sir?
You just get a headache from all the crap. Not so fast, or else I'll forget half of it. Not so fast, or else I'll forget half of it.
United Airways booking office.
Jack Stern, International Police, Washington. I have a business account with you.
Yes, Mr. Stern. I found you. What can I do for you?
I need a seat on the next plane to London.
That would be the direct flight at 2:30 p.m., sir. Business class?
Definitely. And give me a seat next to the aisle. And a parachute.
Aisle seat, sir. I've made a note of that. That will be $2,500. Where should I send your e-ticket?
Send it to my email address.
The ticket's on its way. Please be at the check-in in Terminal 2 no later than 2 p.m. United Airways wishes you a pleasant flight.
Thanks.
Terminal 2, 2 p.m. Let's check that ticket. That was fast.
Okay, I've printed the ticket out.
Okay, just taking some notes. Departs 2:30 p.m. arrives 11:30 p.m. Gate 3. Gate 11, sorry. All right.
Good. So I'll pack up now and get out of here. There's the ticket.
Let's grab that.
All right then.
Did we just spend like 7 hours in the airport?
Darn confusing here. I've just come up from there. Darn confusing here.
Well, it depends on which airport you're in. If you're in London Heathrow, then yeah.
Hello. My name's Jack Stern. You have a message for me?
Your passport, please, sir.
Sure.
Thank you very much. The password for receiving the message, please.
Password? Oh, yes. One moment. The password is 53 Alpha 2 Lima Whiskey 5.
Thank you, sir. This key was left for you.
Well then.
Have a nice day, sir.
Okay, so the voice acting is of variable quality, just like it was for Overclocked. Not surprised there at all.
I just can't get the autopsy report off my mind. Puzzling. So the doctors don't have a clue either. Who would have had a motive? He must have had enemies for sure. I'm gonna ask Bellico. Maybe I should do a search on the web for Henston at the same time. I ought to have internet access in the van.
This vehicle also is totally not suspicious. Like, nobody is gonna notice you in this completely oversized black unmarked van. Getting flashbacks to Tom Hardy's Businessman, not a cop. Like, seriously, you had to pick the most suspicious looking
That must be
car
it. Not bad.
in the entire universe. Can I get
What
into the
van?
van? Yeah, I know.
The key for the van. Okay.
Just a vegetable seller transporting his cabbage. There's nothing to see here.
And
Yeah.
so roomy. Right. Welcome home.
Oh, nice. We even got like a cot here to sleep in.
Okay, fine. The computer's there too.
It looks pretty retro. Okay, so we wanted to do a search for James Henston. British entrepreneur and politician. And compensation money in compensation and money for various infractions of formalized law were standardized for the controllers of capital and mass poverty, starvation, urbanization, and pauperization of much of the freeholders. Once the stirring or constant vibration to support combustion. What the hell? Okay, let's go through this one by one.
Right. Mr. Bellico.
Born February 11th, 1956. Married 2 children. Didn't Catherine say he had 3 children instead of 2? I think she mentioned that at the beginning. 2 or 3 children. February 11th. 1956. In 1976, Henston began a course of study in jurisprudence at Lincoln College, Oxford. From 1979 to 1982, he was in receipt of a scholarship from the conservative Cecil Rhodes Trust. James Henston concluded his academic studies with a doctorate in 1983. Impressed by the newly elected Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, Dr. Henston joined the Conservative Party, the Tories, in 1979. Okay. Entrepreneurial and political career. Following the death of his father in 1984, Henston took up a seat on the board of a Canby Mining Consortium, an international mining concern. Over the next 10 years under his management, the consortium enjoyed great commercial success and further expansion. In 1995, Dr. Henston successfully stood as parliamentary candidate for the Folkestone constituency. From 1996, he held the post of an Undersecretary of State in the Foreign Commonwealth Office. Finally, in 2004, he was appointed Secretary of State, Foreign and Commonwealth Affairs, in other words, British Foreign Secretary. On the morning of 19th of June 2009, the Foreign Secretary, Dr. James Henston, died in still as yet unexplained circumstances. Okay, so a few things that I'm noticing here. So he was a Rhodes Scholar. I'm just going to write down a few of these numbers real quick. So 1979 to 1982, Rhodes Scholar. Jurisprudence, Lincoln College, Oxford. Jurisprudence, Lincoln College, Oxford. Until 83. So he had the scholarship, but not for his entire studies, which is kind of weird. He only had it for like 3 of the 4 years. His father died the very next year, which is also very suspicious. And a seat on board of a Canby Mining. Canby Mining Consortium. So first of all, that name sounds slightly like it's from an African language or like it's an African place. Secondly, Bernard's father, one of our dudes, Bernard's father was a Belgian miner, so I wonder if they had anything to do with that as well. For 10 years. Yes. '95, Folkestone Parliament. '96, Undersecretary of State. Undersecretary of State. And 2004, British Foreign Secretary. So I would not be surprised if that Churchill painting has got like some diamonds hidden underneath it or something. Rhodes Trust. Cecil Rhodes, late Victorian colonial politician and mining magnate, 1853-1902. The Rhodes Trust. The Rhodes Trust has since 1903 awarded grants to gifted students from the former British Commonwealth, the USA, and Germany to enable them to study at Oxford University. Through this exchange, future wars between the three states were to be avoided, as well as it being a foundation stone for the reunification of the Anglo-American world. The list of Rhodes Scholars is made up of numerous government leaders, presidents, business giants, and world-renowned scientists. I'm not going to write down all of this. I don't think it's going to be important. Sub-Saharan. Through his diamond businesses, Rhodes became one of the richest men of his time. In sub-Saharan Africa, he asserted an imperialist great power or form of politics. The South African state of Rhodesia, which today comprises of Zimbabwe and Zambia, was named after Cecil Rhodes. The vicar's son, Cecil Rhodes, was born on 5th July 1953 in Hertfordshire, England. At the age of 17, to help cure a persistent infection of tuberculosis, he travelled to South Africa. With the help of his brother and various business acquaintances, he, within a few years, acquired a considerable fortune, which he then mainly invested in the local mining industry. In 1880, together with some business friends, he founded the De Beers Mining Company, which subsequently developed into the world's largest diamond mining company and also its largest dealer. From 1881, Rhodes was a member of the Parliament of the British Cape Colony, being voted South African Prime Minister in 1890. He drove the settlement of Southern Africa through white expatriates and the political unification of the region under British rule. Further projects were the infrastructural building of Rhodesia and further pursuit of Rhodes' Cape Cairo plan. This envisaged the construction of a railway link from the British possessions in Southern Africa to the Egyptian-mandated territory in the northern continent. This was not realized in Rhodes' lifetime. Cecil Rhodes died on 26th of March, aged 48 in Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, this we already had. Let's look at the rest. Aristotle was the first to differentiate between a use of value and an exchange value of goods. Politics, Book 1. The exchange ratio he defined was not only expression of the time in history. The ancient economy was mainly based on commodity money, while the Babylonians and their neighboring city-states later developed the earliest system of economics as we think of, in terms of rules, laws on debt, legal contracts, and law codes relating to business practices and private property. The Babylonians and their neighboring cities-states later developed the earliest system of economics as we think of in terms... Wait. This text is written completely... This text just repeats the same thing like 6 different times. What the fuck? This is even worse. Oh wow, we can do a keyword search here. Okay. Oh, that's how that worked. Okay. Okay, this is really useless. However, there were several advantages of regular CD audio. Optical drive technology was still limited in spindle speed, so playing an audio track from a CD, while the game systems were capable of CD quality audio, allowed for music and voice that had the potential to be played back during the game. Quality was only limited by the effort put into mastering the track itself. Memory space costs, that was previously a concern, but was somewhat addressed with optical media becoming the dominant media for software games. Hey, remember that time? Oh, sorry to hear that, Margarian. I guess Twitch is still having a few moments every now and then. I'm not sure if that is up to Twitch or if it's something with my Streamlabs, because I know we also had that during Codename Ponces, but we didn't have it before, so I don't know exactly what's going on there. Do you guys remember the time when we had video games on CD? That was like 5 to 10 glorious years. And yeah, these texts repeat themselves. Like, I don't know who wrote these search results. The hourglass uses the flow of sand to measure the hours even at night, but required manual upkeep to replenish the flow of sand. Okay. What is... These are the weirdest search results ever.